The people who look rich are always stressed, and the ones who seem calm never talk about money at all. Over 70% of millionaires in the don't consider themselves rich, and many of them live in neighborhoods where nobody would guess their net worth. That's confusing, right? Because social media taught us that being rich looks loud, expensive cars, designer logos, weekend flexes. But real wealth doesn't announce itself. It disconnects quietly. And today's video isn't about how much you earn. It's about the invisible signs that prove, without you realizing it, you're already pulling ahead of your friends financially. Some of these signs feel uncomfortable. Some feel boring. And one of them almost feels like you're going backward in life. Last sign? That one decides whether wealth stays with you or slips away just when you think you've made it. If you're ready to break through barriers and achieve greatness, hit that subscribe button. We're here to support your journey to success. At some point, something shifts inside you. Money stops giving you a rush. No adrenaline spike when your paycheck hits. No urge to immediately reward yourself. No need to prove anything. While your friends get excited about raises, bonuses, or side hustles, you feel steady. And that calm isn't boredom, it's control. People who feel strong emotional highs around money tend to overspend faster and save less over time. The brain treats money like dopamine, not like a tool. That's why lottery winners often go broke. That's why sudden income feels powerful and then disappears. But when you're becoming wealthier than your peers, money starts to feel boring. You check your account without anxiety. Bills don't raise your heart rate. You don't celebrate purchases. You evaluate them. Your friends might say things like, "Bro, don't you feel like buying something nice? Why are you so chill about money now?" What they don't see is that emotional neutrality is a financial upgrade. There's a line from The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel that says true wealth is having control over your time and decisions, not showing off consumption. And that control begins the moment money stops controlling your emotions. Most people make the mistake of chasing emotional satisfaction through spending. They confuse feeling rich with becoming rich. You quietly do the opposite. You let money sit. You let it compound. You let it work. And here's the uncomfortable truth most won't accept. When money stops being exciting, it starts becoming powerful. You say no more often than yes. There's a subtle loneliness that comes with financial growth, not because you think you're better, but because your priorities no longer align. Your friends plan spontaneous trips, expensive nights out, impulse upgrades. You pause, you calculate, you decline. Not because you can't afford it, but because you don't want to pay the future cost. This is one of the clearest signs you're pulling ahead. People who delay discretionary spending, even after income increases, build net worth nearly 2.5x faster over a decade than those who inflate their lifestyle. Most people hear no as limitation. You hear it as protection. You understand something most don't. Every yes today is a silent no to a better future. So when your friends upgrade cars with monthly payments, you keep yours running. When they finance experiences on credit cards, you finance assets quietly. They see deprivation. You see leverage. This is where social pressure becomes dangerous. Humans are wired to imitate their tribe, but wealth often requires temporary misalignment. You start valuing long-term flexibility over short-term approval, freedom over fun, options over applause. And here's the twist. You don't even explain yourself anymore, because you've learned that defending your discipline weakens it. You simply say, "Not this time." And what they don't realize is that every no is silently funding a future version of you that doesn't need permission. The next sign is even more invisible because it changes how you think, not what you do. You think in years while others think in paydays. This is where the gap really starts to widen. Your friends talk in weeks. You think in decades. They ask, "Can I afford this right now?" You ask, "What does this cost me in 10 years?" That mental shift alone puts you ahead of most people. Most people never run that math. They see $500 as a dinner, a phone, a vacation upgrade. You see it as a future asset quietly forming. This long-term thinking rewires your decisions. You stop chasing quick wins. You stop panicking during market drops. You stop reacting. Instead, you plan. While others fear market volatility, you understand that volatility is the price of long-term growth. While they jump in and out emotionally, you stay consistent mechanically. This mindset is echoed in The Simple Path to Wealth by J.L. Collins, which emphasizes that wealth isn't built through brilliance. It's built through patience applied longer than most people can tolerate. Your friends might call you overly cautious, too slow, too conservative, but what they don't see is that time is doing the heavy lifting for you. Compound growth doesn't announce itself early. It whispers at first, and by the time it becomes obvious, it's usually too late for others to catch up. At a certain stage, income stops being impressive to you. You've seen it too many times. People earning $100,000 a year who still feel broke, stressed, and trapped. You've also noticed something far more interesting. Individuals earning far less, yet steadily building security, confidence, and freedom. That's when your focus shifts. You stop obsessing over how much money comes in every month and start paying attention to what actually stays, grows, and compounds. Your mind moves away from paychecks and toward ownership, toward assets, toward progress that doesn't depend on working harder every single year. While others talk about salary hikes, you quietly check your net worth, not out of ego but out of clarity, because net worth doesn't lie. It doesn't care about job titles, LinkedIn posts, or how busy someone looks. It simply reflects decisions repeated over time. This is where most people get uncomfortable. Net worth forces honesty. It reveals whether money is being converted into long-term value or quietly leaking away through lifestyle inflation, debt, and short-term thinking. You start realizing that a $70,000 income with a strong savings rate and disciplined investing can outperform a $140,000 income burdened by loans and obligations. You see that financial strength is less about how loud the number is and more about how efficiently it's used. Gradually, your conversations change. You care less about who's earning more and more about who's building something that lasts. You measure progress annually, not monthly. You become patient enough to let time work for you instead of against you. And this is where the real separation begins. Because once net worth becomes your scoreboard, your decisions automatically slow down, sharpen, and mature. But there's one final sign that determines whether this wealth actually stays with you or slips away the moment pressure arrives. Sign 5. You prioritize peace over proving success. This is the quietest sign of all, and the most powerful. You no longer feel the urge to prove that you're doing well. No announcements, no comparisons, no pressure to keep up. Your confidence isn't tied to how others perceive your lifestyle. It's rooted in knowing that your finances can absorb shocks, mistakes, and uncertainty without collapsing. You start valuing peace more than appearances, stability more than applause, flexibility more than flash. While others chase the next upgrade, you protect your margin of safety. You'd rather have 6 months of expenses saved than a car that turns heads. You'd rather sleep well than impress strangers. This mindset shift changes everything. Money stops being a performance and becomes a support system. It exists to reduce stress, not create it. To give you options, not obligations. You notice that the wealthiest people, mentally and financially, move slower. They don't rush decisions. They don't react emotionally. They don't feel the need to explain themselves. And you begin to understand something most never do. The real purpose of money isn't luxury. It's control. Control over time. Control over choices. Control over your nervous system. This is why people who chase validation often stay financially anxious, no matter how much they earn, and why people who chase peace tend to quietly win over the long run. At this stage, wealth becomes internal before it ever becomes obvious externally. And that's exactly why it lasts. In every video, I try to discuss and address the factors that surely improve the chances of your success. If you like this also, subscribe the channel, like and share the wealthy knowledge to your loved ones. If you're curious about how poor people are sold dreams about compounding, that's exactly what I cover in the next video. See you there.